Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome back to what's going to be episode 5 of my playthrough of Kerbal Space Program, and we are going to be developing a new rocket. Yeah, I have no idea what to do with what we got and how much and the science we have right now, but I think, seeing as we're going to be landing on the moon and on Minmus, both of those have quite a few biomes. I think the first and most important thing is either to go down this route and get some more science equipment, which would dig into our science reserves, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, we're going this route definitely because that gives me a seismometer. So yeah, first thing I purchased are these light solar panels. They can extend in either a 2x3 formation or a 1x6 formation, so long or boxy. There's also the bigger battery type, which you can attach to the sides of a rocket. Yeah, and I'm going to purchase this for 20k bucks, all the parts. There's, okay, now you can buy large electrics, which is a 1 meter wide, 1.25 meter wide, that's standard rocket sized rechargeable battery bank, and gigantic solar arrays, which are completely superfluous. You can just use these unless you're very, very far from home. What I'm more interested in, far more interested, is the seismic accelerometer. It's a seismometer, which I like, so I'm going to purchase it. We can also purchase for 550 science, which we don't have, the gravioli detector and the atmospheric sensor. But as I said, we don't have the money for that, nor the science. Well, we do have the money for that, barely, but not the science. What I am going to buy is docking ports, so that my lander can, well, dock with the science station that I've purchased here, the mobile processing lab, so that my, well, my Science Lab Junior and my goo containers can be reset whenever they need to be. So this is going to help connect the two, I think. And then what I want to know is, where can I find the perfect lander pod? Because it's down here somewhere and I forget where it is. Have I already unlocked the lander pod? I don't think I did. I think it's down there somewhere, which would be sad. Nevertheless, I think I need these large decouplers and these large fuel tanks, but what I need far, far more is the mainsail liquid engine and the jumbo fuel tank. Because to get this science lab into space, a lot of things are requested. Only one thing is required, and that is the mainsail. I can't purchase all these parts because they're too expensive, but I can purchase this one. So now I have the mainsail engine, and I'm running low on money. These are the very heavy rocketry parts, which are completely superfluous, as I've said before. I can research the atomic rocket motor when I have some more science, but for now I am going to research all this stuff, especially the poodle liquid engine and the average fuel tanks. Yeah. I have never been stingy with my money, but I might need to go do some specialty missions to ensure I have enough funds and research points to get me the parts and the funds I need to do what I want. So yeah, I think I'm gonna purchase the octoprobodyne core. No, I don't think I need to, actually. Now, what I'm looking at here is the, there's a, contract to explore Minmus, which doesn't expire, so I'm definitely gonna pick this thing up. There's a, mission to rescue people from Kerbal orbit and get science data from space around Kerbal. Space around Minmus as well. Interesting. Yeah, what I'm thinking of here is to assemble a nice small rocket, AI controlled rocket, and to rescue a Kerbal from orbit so that we can get some more money. It also helps that that Kerbal will then be one of our astronauts. Now, I want this pod to be unmanned, obviously, because then the AI drone can keep my spacecraft on course, and we can rendezvous with the Kerbal. He can get into the rendezvous pod, and then well, get back home. Much as I am too loath to put an undignified name onto such a spacecraft, it is a savior, so it's going to be the Ural 1. The Mark II, Mark III are probably going to be space planes, but for now, this is going to get me out of my financial trouble, and it's going to save some poor Kerbal from being stuck in orbit. I think I do need another stage for this. The stage that will get me to rendezvous with the Kerbal and will eventually deorbit me is going to be this stage. And then there's going to be the stage that decouples the Ural Mark I. Yeah, that stage is going to have some parachutes. Some radio-mounted parachutes. 2 of them. Which is more than enough to save the AI core and the Kerbal. I think. I don't know. I haven't actually been thinking about this very much. My intent was to go straight for big rockets, but we seem to be running into some budget problems, so this is my quote inspired solution. I don't know if it's going to work in any way. Okay, so what I want to do is to get a stage that gets me into orbit from the upper atmosphere, which is going to be an LV-30 usually. I also want to keep my probe alive, so I should add, hell, might as well add some basic rechargeable battery, and some solar panels. It could be that this setup shears off, but I don't think that's very likely. We'll see how it goes. Can I excuse putting these on here? I think I can. That means no matter what happens, my probe's still going to have electricity. So yeah, toggle panels is going to be number 7. That's usually my setup because number 1 is generally for science. So I'm going to put the toggle for my solar panels on 7. And I don't know, I can't really, well, I'm going to recover it anyway, so I might as well put an accelerometer on there. It doesn't weigh very much, so it shouldn't put the rocket askew too much. I'm just going to use 1. And when the Kerbal lands, he can use that that seismometer and the barometer, I think. May as well put all the science bits on there. Are they cheap? What's their price? 3,000, 6,000. Depends on where you land, really, but they might be some good science, and I'm not going to say no to good science. So yeah, I'm going to put these little bits on here, and I hope my Kerbal can make use of them when he lands somewhere. That might be superfluous. I don't know. I think it's. I think you can bet. I have enough science for now, and I can better do that when I have a plane that can fly through the atmosphere. So I'm just going to use this Ural Mark I for just search and rescue and nothing else. And if I want science from Kerbal Orbit, I can just do another empty crew report. It's a bit harsh, but it works. And I think I'm going to use this next stage with a stack tricoupler and some fins, and then we're going to be golden. Where is the stack tricoupler? Come on. It's not the cheapest rocket, but it's a simple enough design. That's probably going to get me going. I think I want these double. And I shouldn't be messing up this staging anymore, because I did last time and I regretted it harshly. Harshly? Dearly. Dearly is how I regretted it. Okay, I'm tripping over my words here because it's relatively early and I don't have any internet yet, so I thought might as well start on this. Doesn't technically require an internet connection, thanks to Steam being awesome recently. I've heard complaints from other people that you can't start up Steam, you can't use Steam without any internet connection. But I just started up the game in offline mode and it didn't complain, at least for Kerbal Space Program, and it also showed me stuff like Skyrim and Mass Effect 1, just free to play, whenever I want to. That's how do I say, a good surprise, a happy surprise for me. Huh, I think this might work. I haven't actually, this is new territory for me, thanks to the budget system. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that this is a fresh new thing. Now, I'm not sure that this is going to get me up as high as I want it to get me. What I can't also do is try for some more efficient staging. But I think this thing definitely will get me, these two will get me into orbit, and this thing can get me back down. Yeah. I'm going to save the Ural Mark 1. There's no point in adding any... it's stable enough to not need any launch tower. And I could add some science, and hell, I might as well. They cost a bit of money, but you get them back. So, I am not that phased about it at all. And yeah, this is more my idea of fun than just sending a capsule without any science. Oh, I think I have my internet back. Or not. Nope, that was a commercial. That was a commercial from my phone company. So yeah, they can send that through text messages because they control the phone lines. That's alright, I don't mind. It's generally a very reliable phone company for me. So that works. Let's see if I can't get any contracts which are sensible. Right. Rescue Jeffrey Kerbin from Kerbin Orbit. These texts, these briefings, I don't read them because they're generally word pudding. Word pudding. It's supposed to make some degree of sense, but it only makes a Dwarf Fortress degree of sense, in that it's random words and parts of sentences stitched together to not make much sense. And I'm not one for reading out doom prophecies and sounding like a madman. Well, I am, but not in this pointless manner. So, where is it? Expires 2 days. Duration. Okay. I have time. It can give me quite a bit of money, enough money that I need. Where is this thing? From Kerbin. Is it Kerbin Orbit, or what? I don't know. Planting a flag on the moon and testing science data from space amendments is not viable. TT-70 radial decoupler test. Altitude and speed requirements. No, I don't want any altitude and speed requirements. If this means I need to land somewhere specific, that's interesting. Is there anything else? Science data from space around Kerbin. That should be easy enough. It doesn't give me much money, but it should be easy enough. Now, where is this Kerbal? There we go. Jeffrod Kerbin. With a bit of luck, we can intercept him right away. I'm actually going to load up the Ural Mark 1 without any crew, thank you. Ooh, one downside to not having a launch tower is limited battery life. So I should launch immediately or not activate anything. But that would still drain some battery. And it's night, so the solar panels don't work. So what I am going to do is save. I'm going to double check my staging. I remember last time. That works. That works. I got my this, I got my that, and I got this guy set as target. I think we can catch him. And quaboom. Not that I have much experience catching Kerbals in this manner, but we'll see. We'll see. One benefit of this unmanned nonsense is that it's unmanned, which means no risk of people dying if things go wrong. But I am working on a shoestring budget at this point. I can launch 5 of these things, but that's about it. And I can't really go full hog with my giant-ass space station orbiting both my moons. I only need one of those space stations and only one of those landers, because any lander that's moon-proof can definitely do min-miss. So yeah, that's my plan, to fund a nice big lander, to grab up all the signs, because then I will be able to fill out the vanilla tech tree. I'm pretty sure that when I have the science for all the biomes on the moon and Minmus, I will be able to fulfill the entire tech tree. And then it's just a matter of money to get myself some interstellar spaceships, interplanetary spaceships. I say interstellar, but sadly, as of now, there's only one solar system. It would be absolutely incredible to have, like, a vast, vast distance away to have another solar system. Of course, that needn't be in the vanilla game, because that's a waste of time and money. But if you could do that in the mod, in a mod, that would be awesome. And I also forgot to use this seismic accelerometer while on the ground. Sadly, seismic accelerometers don't work when you're in flight. They need to be on the ground. And we have already got this pressure data. So be it, but okay. It's still not run out of fuel, so that's good. The spacecraft do get lighter when they have less fuel in them. That's also somewhat realistically modeled. And we need to catch up to Jeffrod Kerman, which means rendezvous maneuvers, which is going to be an excellent trial run for my attempt, for my idea to make a space, well, basically a roving station and a lander, a base and a lander. Of course, bases are going to be really heavy. So wait a sec. What's the altitude here? That's high enough. Bases are going to be really heavy. So what I'm going to want to do... I need to remember to activate the solars. Am I out of electricity? I'm not. Activate solars. The 7 hotkey didn't work. It is night, however, so we might run out of juice at some critical juncture. Thankfully, I did add the battery, and it does seem to be paying off. I do need to remember to readjust some of these hotkeys. I think, I'm not sure, you can do the seismic data. No, you still can't do it in space. I thought you could do that, but that must be the gravioli detector. I think you can't do the gravioli detector in atmosphere, but you can do it in space. And it's the only thing, I think, that remembers biomes when far away from a planet. Don't quote me on that, though. That's only for places with an atmosphere, though. That much I know. If it's true, then that's true, too. You see these closest approach points? Yeah. We're also very much askew here, so I'm going to adjust that. Rough estimates first. Let's do a burn. We still have plenty of fuel left, and this is the inefficient stage anyway, so that's good. But the more efficient stage doesn't have its own inbuilt alternator, so it can't really fuel the. What I do want to do here is to do. Whoops. Yeah. Whatever. That's weird. That it like twinges every once in a while. Whatever, the most important thing right now is to get into a orbit. So let's focus on that for now. Because we've passed the highest point and we're still going at full throttle. And we've not quite hit orbit yet. This last stage is meant for maneuvering Once I get close enough to this Kerbal, it should activate. That's what I've read anyway. I've never done this before. And then you can clamber into the pod and get back home safely. It's actually fun to do these routine missions when we've been to the moon. Well, not on the moon, but still, it's an interesting parallel to reality. Yeah, this would be nice to have a rendezvous there, but sadly, just a sec here, nice to have a rendezvous there, but only now are we safe in orbit. Now, I don't know about this, but I think I need to make some minor adjustments here. First thing you need to do is to ensure you have a relatively close encounter with somebody. I can do this by increasing my speed or decreasing it. Increasing it so dramatically doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't know, it might be. What I am going to do first, though, is to see if I can't put myself on the same plane as this guy, because I'm still 1.5 to 1.2 degrees offset from him. So you pick one of the places where you're most offset, and then you turn and turn and turn until you're, well, not offset at all. So this is what I'm going to do first. I have time because, you know, solar panels, batteries, and plenty of fuel. So this is not shenanigans. This is how it's supposed to go. Oh, you can do all of this in one burn, but I choose to be a bit more patient with my burns. Patience in combination with over-budgeting your over-budgeting how much thrust you have tends to be a really good way to make things easy for yourself. Of course, that does blow through your money, which means, hi. That's why I'm here. The fact that I didn't get a Minimus contract is also half the reason I'm here. I also really ought to do some science here in orbit before I forget, because I might forget. So I'm going to log the temperature. It's a completely empty thing to do, but it does work. It does count for, quote, science near, yeah, from space around Kerbal. And that gives me some extra money. Okay, there's Jeff Rod. I'm going to rendezvous with him. As I said, I'm very thankful this version of KSP has biologically immortal Kerbals. It's wonderful. I'm just going to pick a random place, some place where they seem, yeah, the orbits seem close enough, and then I'm going to shift things a little bit. And here. No. I think that'll work, yeah. I'm just adjusting things a little bit to see how I can change my orbit so that I can get close to this guy without sacrificing too much of my, yeah, this is not going to be viable, as you might have noticed. Or is it? No, it's not. I'm just going to miss him if I do it this way. Thing is, I am slightly askew from him as well, so I can either remedy that or exploit that. What if I just exploit that? Then we stay apart as much as... Or not, look. How far apart is this going to be? 9.9 kilometers. Because right now we're like a quarter of a quarter... Oh, 0.6 kilometers is more than close enough. We're like a quarter of a planet apart from each other. I need to make a shortcut or go a long way around. And since we're both so close, I can't make a shortcut because that would cut through the planet and the atmosphere, and then goodbye. But I can go the long way around, which means he does an extra orbit. And it's only going to be 12-second burn. Yeah, with this engine, though. This engine, which barely has any fuel left. I am actually gonna be bold and transfer my fuel into this guy. Because I can always eject that stage later. No. This thing's heavy enough for me to not worry about that kind of thing. I mean, this top area is pretty heavy itself, but this engine is a lot more efficient, and I should trust in that efficiency. I should just do the burn just slightly earlier, though. Slightly earlier. So like 12 seconds instead of anything else. And we're basically there now, so we're gonna burn. And I hope it's enough. And if it's almost enough but not quite, I'm going to detach and do the rest by eye. It's not enough? Okay, good. Good enough anyway. I'll do the rest by eye. The point is to make these purple nodes connect, or these orange ones. Purple is always the second intersect, the orange is always the first intersect. And if any intersect is under a kilometer, you can just slow down, and from there on, well, I'll show you from there on. But first things first, you need to get within 1 kilometer. Get approach within 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer. Just quick save here. 6 kilometers is also very good. Not good enough, mind you, but 3 kilometers, 0.6, perfect. Yeah. Might wanna just give me a sec here. Let's see how close these are. I don't want to lower my orbit just a little bit. Or is that? I think that's from here though. Like, is that lowering or lowering? Yeah, it's just going down. How do I do this from here? I mean that, right? Yeah. Because that raises up my orbit here, so I just need to burn a little bit, just a little puff there. When I get there. Not that much, but just a little puff. Because then I can make this orbit just a little bit lower, so we can get even closer. That's the theory, but I'm not sure if it'll work. Let me rephrase. I don't think it'll work. I'm just doing this by ear and by eye. I just want to get closer, 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 and if this doesn't work, well, so be it. Look, oh, can't really focus on it right now. 0.8 kilometers. 0.9, nope, closer. Is wrong. Okay. Other way around then. What's the upward direction? That way, I suppose. Nope, that's wrong. 90%. 8, 7. Good enough for me. 8 again. Great. Don't worry, I'm not burning too much fuel here. 6, 5. 5? 6. Good. Let's see what happens when I do this. That's bad. And what if I do this? 0.7 again, and then if I do 0.5, yeah, that's too much again. 1 puff in that direction, and we're going to be half a kilometer apart, which is going to have to do. Yeah, we're half a kilometer apart. And then I'm going to need to slow down like a madman when next we encounter each other. Because as you can see, I am going a lot further, which means I'm also going a lot faster. The slower you go, remember, we're falling around the planet. So the slower you go, the closer you are to falling into the planet. And the faster you go, the closer you are to going whoop, all the way out the planet. Because the Earth only has a limited grip on you. So the faster you go, the bigger your orbit. And the bigger your orbit, the faster you go. Which means we're going to have a lot of slowing down to do. So I'm going to pre-orient myself in the assward direction. And get ready to, well, burn, burn, burn. This is a relatively light spaceship. I think I can do this. Yeah, we just need to be really close. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. That was the wrong button. I'm actually going to quick load this. Because I didn't mean to do that. That was really just a UI mistake. As opposed to a planning mistake. Oh well. Now we wait until we're like several seconds away from each other. We're currently how far away from each other? 2 kilometers. Okay, time to burn. Until these are roughly equal. Three kilometers away. See this? I'm burning so hard that I'm gonna crash into the planet, but I will get an encounter here, I think. No, I think I need to speed up. I need to get closer to this guy. Target. I think I need to approach my target. Nope, this is going wrong. This is going wrong. It helps that my target is like really small. This is going to get me closer to my target. Yes, 2.8, 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, 2.4, 2. Yep. This is going to get me 1.5 kilometers to my target. 1.4, 1.3, 1.3 kilometers away from my target. I don't mind. We're like in exactly the same orbit. So yeah. Now I just need to look at where my target is and then go to him. But I can't see him because he's not too close to me. He's like... How far away is he? No, he's only a kilometer away. Wait a sec. What if I... Yes! He's activated. Excellent. Wake up, little guy. I'm gonna use him to go to the Ural. Thing is, I don't know where the Ural is. I can't see it. Okay. Is he above? Is he below? He's below, so the Ural must be above. But I really can't see it. Darn. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Ural because that one has a little bit more fuel. This is gonna be difficult. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's time for some guesswork. I'm gonna actually go burn toward the target now. I'm approaching him now at almost 25 meters per second. So I'm gonna be slowing down as soon as I get a chance to see him. How far away? 900, 800. Yeah, he's 800 away. He's 700 away. He's 600 away. 500 away. 400 away. Perfect. I'm approaching slowly. But that's going to be the closest point for now. 0.3 kilometers. So let's just slow down just a little bit. Just a little bit. And now I'm not going at any speed compared to my target. Question is, can I see him nearby? Oh, can I see the Ural nearby? Is that the Ural? I don't think it is. I still can't see it, which is very annoying. Okay, how far away? Only 200 meters. I'm gonna actually check the Ural. And the Ural's saying that it's... The guy is somewhere over there, so presumably to the guy, I'm somewhere over there. I'm somewhere over there. Yeah. I'm going to approach the target just a little bit more. 5 meters per second, 6 meters per second. Approaching is... No, I'm getting farther away. I'm making a mistake here. Still going farther away? Yes. Ooh. Did that just go to under 0.1 kilometers? I like that. 0.2 kilometers. 0.3. No, no, I need to go slightly slower. 0.2, 0.1 again. Still 0.1. Now we wait. Now we speed up time so we don't have to wait. This is sometimes a bit of a tricky business, I admit, but let's see how far away this guy is. 100 meters, and my motion toward my targets. Very slow, very slow. I'm very slowly moving toward my target. Now usually two ships, they can see each other using radar. It seems spaceships don't have radar, nor do they have radar beacons, which of course is a bit silly, but yeah, our intersect is going to be 0.0 kilometers now, so I did this all just with the Ural and not with my little Kerbal friend. Distance is going to be 44, 43, 42, 41, and you guys really need to be seeing each other now. Yeah, I can see it. I can see the Ural. I should be able to see the... Yes! Look at that. Oh, yes. I did it. I did it without having any visual on Kerbal until we were, like, within 100 meters. Come on, Ural. Yes. Jeffrod Kerman. Welcome home. Just above the water. Nope. What I do want you to do is take this thermometer data. I know it's empty data, but let's just get home now. 7 keys, still not working. And I'm going to deorbit us. A nice, soft deorbit. That's a bit too harsh now. Who cares? I do. I care. Nice soft deorbit's going to be like 50 there, and then I'm going to burn the other way when I'm there. I think that works, yeah. I'm going to pull the solars back, because we might need them when we land. Well, we won't, but we might. Who knows? Jeffrod Kerman, welcome. Consider yourself conscripted to our astronaut program. I'm not actually sure that's how it works, but whatever. How you even got up here? Did some of our rivals mess up their own space program, I suppose? Could be. Could be. I should remember to eject this stage before we land. And no, I don't have the right parachute to do the parachute contract this time. This is a nice short mission. I like this. Yeah, I'm going to cut up this video. Well, not cut up this video. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to combine the parts of this video, and then hopefully, yeah, publish it when we get our internet back. Do we have our internet back yet? Doesn't look like we do. Nope, we don't. I don't know what it is. Probably just a local storm messing with the internet, either directly or indirectly. Maybe maintenance needed to do something. I don't know. Hell, maybe someone in our neighborhood or in our home messed with the connection, but I'm not worried. We'll be fine. Hell, I can't do anything, so I'm not worried. That's the main definition. Yeah. So as you can see, our electric charge is slowly decreasing because we don't have any active solar panels, and yeah, I suppose I could have used the small solar panels on the sides of this thing. Would have been cheaper too. But these are just too cool. These are just too cool. And we have this battery, which means we have more than enough. What I'm doing here is I'm slowing down here already, so that our descent's going to be a little less bumpy. Now, I am in the upper atmosphere now, so I suppose I can log some pressure data. Nope. I can log some temperature? Nope. I can't do a seismic scan, can I? Nope. No point in trying a crew report. Yeah, this thing's empty. Screw it. Goodbye. And now we wait a short while for this guy to descend. I'm going to actually deactivate the SAS, because as I said, this thing's aerodynamic enough to not need it. What might happen is that this thing might get a bit top-heavy, because the parachutes are located relatively low down, so you might think, oh, this thing might be a bit top-heavy. Yes, it is. It's a bit top-heavy. Not very top-heavy, just top-heavy enough for me to be careful about it. Activate the SAS. We're in the lower atmosphere. I'm going to log some pressure data. Nope, don't need it. Whatever. Majority of this, the worth of this, the value of this stuff is going to be recovered anyway. Once we get space planes, I can actually research an initiative which increases salvage at the cost of, well, initial part cost. So once I start toying around with space planes, that's what I'm going to use to, well, salvage Kerbals. Activate the parachutes, keep the... and we have landed. Well, we have not quite landed yet, but you know what I mean. May as well activate the solar panels already, because they're not gonna shatter from an impact this easy and slow, and they will get us enough electricity to stay stable, even if this capsule is less than stable. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but then again, early in the morning, everything is. Oh, they're not receiving any sunlight. And the ground's coming pretty close, so, and we have plenty of electricity left, so all these reasons combine to make me retract these solar panels. And I gotta say, the moon looks really cool from here. And I know I've been around there. I've not been on there yet, but that's what this thing's supposed to pay for. Now, what money we had was under 1.5, we had 150k, or 140k to be more specific. Atmospheric pressure scan from the Highlands. Seismic scan from the Highlands, and I can apparently get some science out of a second seismic scan. That's what this means. So yeah, I'm also going to do a third and a fourth. Oh boy. Boing. This guy's happy to be home. Surface sample from the Highlands. EVA report. Same EVA report, but I'm actually going to review the surface sample. Quote, this is dirt and grass, and some small rocks. You suspect this isn't going to be much of a groundbreaking discovery. Haha, puns. Am I going to drop a flag here? Yeah. Definitely. By Gnome Fred? What's his name? Jeffred. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, and I'm gonna take this data and this data. Nope, I can only take one. Darn it. Yeah, oh well. I'll have 3 seismic data instead of 4, which should be enough to milk almost all the science out of it, except for like 0.1 science. I still need a mute button. I'm sorry, just give me a sec here. Oh, I hope that isn't a prelude to something. Crew report from On the Highlands, yes. And does this thing do crew reports? It doesn't, sensibly enough. Unmanned, this thing can still do crew reports, though. So, yeah. As I said, telemetry. The robot's going to have some little robotic arms, and it's going to use that to write things with pencil on a notepad. That's how it works. Honest. Okay, we got 27 more science, which is good, but I don't care. We got some of our part value back. We got Jeffrey Kerman available for new missions, which is nice. We got some reputation, I think. We didn't lose any reputation, certainly. And we got 300k money. And it seems we completed 4 contracts. So yeah, this may not be enough money to do things with yet, but it definitely helps. Science data from space around Kerbin. Rescue Jeffrey Kerman from Kerbin. Yep. We did all of that. Now let's see how far we can get with this, because I do want to purchase some of these objects. Problem is, if I do that now, that might still run us out of business. I do want to purchase this part. I have a yearning for this part. The skipper can go away. I don't care. The jumbo fuel tank is all but required. Not really, but it is all but required. And down go our funds. I own all of this, so that's good. I own all of this. I could have sworn there was something here that I didn't own yet. Mega rockets, this thing, that thing. Not important right now. Not important right now at all, in the least. I can spend some money purchasing that thing and that thing for completion's sake. And I might, but I don't know. There's also the relatively good idea of spending, let's say, I don't have 180 signs, so I have to pick between one of all of these. Now, these, I am going to need RCS to connect my spacecraft. However, I'm also going to need the Rockamax brand decoupler for use in my science station. The one I need more than the other is advanced flight control for RCS thrusters. I'm just checking there if that was... No, that's not a superfluous acronym. It's like sometimes you say the acronym and then one of the words in the acronym as well to try and clarify, but that's pedantic people tend to jump on that, and they're not wrong to do so. Well, they're morally wrong, but not technically wrong, and I prefer technically over morally. And now finally we have a use for our monopropellant. I can purchase this stuff, but we are running low on money. Either way, I think I'm gonna do another rescue mission or some other science type mission before we head out to Minmus and then the moon. So yeah, join me next time as I try and fund us. I know we did our nice big science unpackaging before the end of the episode this time, but I didn't actually get what I want here. So I suppose as a consolation prize for myself and you, I unpackaged some of my tasty science. So I will see you next time when we try and do another contract mission to fund our acquisition of badass rocket parts, big rocket parts, and stuff that helps with docking.